Welcome back class. So we were studying about the small signal analysis or the AC analysis of the BJTs. And last time we learned about that how we can do the AC analysis of the common emitter uh, fixed bias configuration. Okay. So let's see the other cases in this the other cases for the common emitter and the other configurations in this lecture. So the first one is voltage divider bias configuration. So the last case, if you guys remember, it will look like this one. That we have the fixed bias. We are getting the bias from VCC. Okay. The next case is we get the voltage divider case here. Okay. So there is no much difference between them. Okay. So this is the voltage divider configuration. So the first thing is for the AC, we remove the DC. We make it ground here. And we make the short circuit to all capacitors. Okay, so this will be short circuit and this will be short circuit. So if this short circuit is means, it means this RE will be gone. Okay, because there will be no RE due to this short circuit. So and then rest of the circuit, okay, this is the short circuit. So what will be the rest of the circuit model? Okay, so we can easily draw that. Okay, so for that let's draw two lines here. Okay, like this is your base, this is your collector, and this is your emitter. Okay, and we know that this transistor model we have here beta times RE. Here we have a source, current source, okay, beta times of IB, and we have a R naught here. Okay, so that is just this transistor model. Okay, now let's draw the rest of the circuit. Emitter side, emitter is directly grounded, so we can just make it ground here. Collector point, RC resistance, which is connected to the ground because we make the DC to ground. So here is RC, okay, which is going to the ground. Okay, and this is your output point. Coming to the base point, base side. So base side you have two resistance R1 and R2 which are in parallel. So we can make it one resistance R1 parallel with R2. Then we have the input here. So this is our input side, so that will be our Z in. This is our output side, that will be our output impedance. Okay. So if you look at the clean look, it will look like this one. Okay, it will look like this one. So basically as I said earlier, what is this resistance? Okay, this is just one resistance. We can replace them with the R dash, which is the parallel of R1 and R2, or R1 into R2 divided by R1 plus R2. So here basically we just have one resistance R dash. Okay, there is no such resistance. Now if you want to calculate the input impedance, what will be that? R dash parallel with beta RE. Okay, and if you look at the output impedance here, what will be dash? This RC is in parallel with the R naught. Okay, and if you like just apply the simplification that if this value is very high, then the output impedance will only be this one. Very high means, as we discussed last time, R0 is very high means infinity. Infinity means open circuit, so there is nothing here. Okay, nothing here, then output impedance will be only this one. Okay, similarly if we apply simplification here for the input impedance part, we can make it more simplified, but it could look like just like this one. Voltage gain, okay, it will the same formula which we did last time. Okay, with this assumption it can be simplified. The current gain formula, okay, it will look like this one with this simplification. Okay, the current gain formula will be changed because the input current is changing and input current is depending on the R dash value. Okay, so the current gain simplified formula is just beta over R naught, and the current and voltage gain formula is this one. Okay, so these are the main formulas here. Derivations are not important at this stage. So again, if you look at the voltage gain here, so you get negative sign here. So negative sign means 180 degree phase shift of the output. This is the one example for this case voltage divider. We will solve this example in the live session. The next case is common emitter configuration and unbiased RE. Okay, so here we have look here that because there was a capacitor here, and when this capacitor becomes short circuit, so due to this short circuit this RE is gone, okay, or it's bypassed. Okay, now let's see a case where there is no capacitor here. So if there is no capacitor, then this RE resistor will be there. Okay, so if this RE resistor is there, that case will be the unbiased RE resistor. Okay, unbiased RE case. And for that case, we are making another assumption that our out is very high. Okay, is very high. Okay, we are basically assuming that our output impedance is infinity here. Okay, that is our assumption here. Then for this case, let's try to draw the AC model. Okay, now remember the procedure is same. We are going to use the same procedure. Let's draw the let me use another color here. Let's draw 3 lines. This is my base point, this is my emitter point, and this is my collector point. Okay, so remember what I have done. So RE model, what we have in RE model, between base and emitter we have resistor, okay, which is beta times RE. So this is beta times RE. Here we have a current source, beta times of IB, that's it. And R naught we assume infinity, so there is no need to draw that. Okay, so this is your collector point. Now what is happening at the collector? At the collector point, what you have? DC, it's going to ground. So there is an RC resistance which is going to the ground. This is your output point. Emitter point, now what you have? You have an RE resistor, and now emitter is grounded through this RE resistor. Base point, you have an RB which is going to the ground. Okay, and then you have input here, so this is your input side. Okay, so that will be the model, the small signal model for this case. Okay, RE is not bypassed here. So the clean model will look like this one. Okay, now for example here, if you want to check the output impedance, so output impedance, what will be the output impedance? Only RC. Okay, if you want to check the input impedance here, okay, so what will be the input impedance? So see here, initially what was happening, BRE here it was grounded. Okay, so you only have this resistance and this resistance, they are in parallel. Okay, so R dash parallel with beta RE, that was your input impedance. But here in this case we have this RE resistor here. Okay, so and we know that the IE is beta plus 1 times of the IB. Okay, so basically if you want to calculate the input impedance, so that will be RB parallel with this combined impedance. Okay, this combined impedance, that whatever we are having here, and this combined impedance we are referring here as ZB. Okay, or RB parallel with, okay, what is this combined impedance? So these two impedance are in series, so beta RE plus beta plus 1 times RE resistor. Okay, so we know this relationship, that because beta plus 1 times IB, the resistor value will be beta plus 1 times RB. So input impedance is this RB parallel with this series combination. Okay, so we can get this relationship, and if you apply this assumption here, okay, so it will be simplified to this one, so that will make it our simplification more easier. Okay, and output is just RC. Okay, voltage gain in this case is minus beta RC over ZB. Okay, simplified look like this one, RC over RE, or simple minus RC over RE, okay, with these assumptions. Current gain look like this one, and this is the relationship. Okay, so these are the gain calculations for this case. So in this case, basically, like if this assumption is made, or we can make that R naught is very high. Usually if we use this assumption that R naught is greater than 10 times of the RC plus RE, then we can use this simple relationship, minus RC over RE, that will be your voltage gain. So if in your calculation, in your example problem, if R naught value is greater than 10 times of the RC over RE, you can use just simple this relationship. Okay, so negative sign, minus 180 degree phase difference. Example, we will solve this live session. Now this is an example. Okay, the similar example here we are now using the bypassed RE. Okay, remember R naught is infinity. Bypassed RC means capacitor is here. Capacitor is here, this will become short circuit. So if this becomes short circuit, so this looks like the same configuration, the common emitter fixed bias configuration. So we can solve it using the same procedure like we did here, with the extra assumption here that R naught is infinity. Okay. Emitter follower configuration is that now if you look here, we are supplying input at the base and we are measuring the output at the emitter. Okay, so in this case, when the this DC is grounded, so collector is grounded, directly grounded, so this is called common collector configuration. Okay, this is called common collector configuration. Okay, or it's also called as emitter follower configuration. Okay, these are just the name. So this is the common collector configuration. So now let's try to draw the equivalent circuit model for this case, for the common collector case. So the procedure is same. Okay, what will we do? We will replace the DC with the ground. Okay, we will replace the DC with ground, capacitor short circuit. So AC model what will look like? Base, collector and emitter. Okay, base emitter, we have this impedance beta times RE. Here we have this voltage source beta times IB. R naught is infinity. Okay, so at what is the collector end now? So collector is directly grounded. So collector is directly grounded. Okay, so this is your output side, 0. Okay, what is the emitter point? Emitter point you have RE. What is the base end? Base end we have RB, which is going to the ground, and here you have the input. Okay, so that will be the RE model for this case. Okay, so the clean model, it will look like this one. So again here the output, okay, sorry, this is not the output here because we are measuring the output as the emitter end. So this is our output. Okay, this is our output case here. So the clean model, it will look like this one. Okay, now if you look at the input side, so again the input impedance, what is RB? It's in parallel with this complete impedance. Okay, beta times RE plus beta plus 1 times RE. Okay, that would be the input impedance. So if you look at the output impedance, so basically if we know to get the output impedance from this end, first we try to get the relationship of the IE. Okay, so what is the relationship of IE? IE, we know that it's beta plus 1 times of the IB. Okay, and what is the IB? IB is input over the base impedance. Okay, this base current, input voltage here divided by the base impedance ZB. So if you put the values here, we simplify this. Okay, finally we actually can derive this relationship, that the emitter current is what? Input voltage divided by RE plus RE. This is what? This is like we have a voltage source here we have a resistor RE, we have a resistor RE, and this is the flowing current, emitter current. That will be the input voltage divided by the total resistance. Okay, so the circuit model look like this one. Okay, or we can draw like this one. So now if you want to calculate the output impedance from here, voltage source, it will be short circuit. So this RE and this RE, small RE and capital RE, they are in parallel. So that is the output impedance for the common collector case. But with the assumption that this value is very high, we can make it only this one. So that is the difference between the common collector case. Gain calculation formulas, so standard formulas. So the voltage gain is usually 1 here, and if you see positive signs of no voltage phase change. If input is this one, output will also be this one, no phase change. This is the current gain and the other formulas. Common base configuration. Okay, so this is the here, if you see your base is common. Okay, you are supplying input at the emitter and you are measuring the output at the collector side. So if you make the RE model for this case, it will look like this one. Okay, so here we are using the IC alpha times of IE because here there is no base current. Okay, there is no base current here in the common base. We are using the IE and IC, so we are going to use this model, just replacing this one. Now from this end, if you look at the input impedance, that will be RE parallel with the small RE, and the output impedance, that will be RC. Okay, simple. The voltage gain look like this one, and the current gain is -1. Okay, so voltage gain is positive, no phase change. Example, we will solve this during the live session. Okay, so that is the end of the topic of the small signal analysis. Okay, thank you very much for your time here. We will solve the relevant example in the live session.